Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the final edition of Beardy's books for November 2016. It's November 30th, and today's new books only got a couple, but there's a couple really good ones in here. So, yeah, it's been pretty awesome so far this year doing these videos. I think we started back in March with Batman v Superman. I've been doing these the Beardy's books. I started shortly thereafter, but it's been pretty fun. So thanks for watching. I'm going to keep going. Just getting a little thoughtful about stuff here today as we're entering the final month of the year. It has been an insane year on so many levels. Uh, yeah. That said, new books, more new stuff to come. Previews is out today. The new catalog with all the upcoming books for February, and all the new graphic novels, toys, collectibles, and all that stuff. So make sure you pick up a copy of previews if you want to pre-order some stuff and get that back to your shop on time. Which, if you shop at Comics Connection, I'm not sure when that it is. It'll probably be around um, probably around the 17th, but I'm not sure. So wait until you get the update from the store to let you know for sure. So anyway, come out today to Comics Connection if you are in York or Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Come in, new books, lots of cool stuff are out today. A couple of new number ones, and some really awesome stuff. I didn't get to do last week's, but Civil War II number 7 was out last week, the final issue of the Death of X number 4, which proved some of my theories, at least partially correct. Uh, and lots of other really good stuff out last week. It was a pretty big week last week. But I'm not going to go back and do last week. We're going to focus on today, November 30th, 2016. Here's Beardy's Books Comic Rundown. As always, from work my way up or down to the my top pick for the week. So starting off with a new number 1 from the new Shattered Marvel Now series, Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. He's obviously getting some popularity now that he's back, or not back, but now that he's been on Shield for this season, and that's been a pretty cool series this year, this season. And this issue's pretty cool. It kind of cuts back and forth between a couple different characters, and it's actually a pretty fun issue. I actually really enjoyed this. I have to go back and read some of the earlier issues from the first season. I don't, the way his brother is being written, I don't remember that Gabe. He's very different from the show. Obviously, all of this is very different from the show. But the costume is very similar to the show, and when his skull, the flaming skull, comes out on the show, it's very similar to, they really tried to design it off of what's in the comic book, which I thought was really cool, because it's a unique look for Ghost Rider and unique design. And I really think this is a really cool take on the Ghost Rider mythos, and I'll see where stuff goes next. All right. Speaking of next, next on the list is Extraordinary X-Men number 16. You got Magic fighting Sapna here. Sapna's been overtaken by some sort of entity that is trying to devour worlds, and the X-Men are defending X-Haven in Limbo against it. And this issue kind of feels like it's a catalyst, and things that happen here that push this team of X-Men and X-Haven that's hiding in Limbo kind of back into the fight, if you will, of what's going on in the real world, as they are in the alternate dimension of Limbo, where Magic is controlled and was able to keep them safe out of the Terrigen Mist's way. Storm decides that it's either the time has come or the time is coming soon where they can no longer stay in hiding. So there's all that for you. Up next is Saga number 40. Saga, this book never ceases to amaze me. Even if it's what you might consider a boring issue in the series, it's still really entertaining. This one, there's a lot of talking. Not a lot actually happens, but it's really cool. There's some great dialogue. The artwork is in here is fantastic. There's a giant centerfold or 2-page spread in the middle that is just amazing. And I gotta say, I really love this crazy talking mushroom thing that shows up in it. It's crazy. Brian K. Vaughan, Fiona Staples, you guys blow me away every time I read one of these issues, just between the storytelling and the art and the world building and all of that amazing stuff. So, kudos for you. I'm loving this book, and I just can't get enough of it. You read the issue, and I just want the next one out right away. So I probably should have put that a little lower on my list, but because it's been so hyped up, and I was slightly excited for Inhumans versus X-Men #0. This is the first of a new miniseries where the Inhumans and the X-Men are going to fight over all of this Terrigen Mist nonsense that's started back at the end of Infinity, I believe, when Black Bolt let dropped the Terrigen bomb, and there's been two clouds blowing around the Earth that are constantly making new Inhumans when they come in contact with people. Unfortunately, those clouds are poisonous and deadly to mutants. So, excuse me. I think is that my first on-screen sneeze. Oh, congratulations! You got to witness it. So this issue was really the layout was pretty cool because you go through the past 8 months after the events of Death of X. Which, if you did not read that, it gives you basically enough of the setup on the first page there, with the recap and everything. It goes back over the last 8 months because a lot of the current Marvel books are happening 8 months after Secret Wars ended. So that's where this story we're kind of finally catching up to where everything is. So this is kind of the building block issue of the rivalry between Inhumans and X-Men. And Beast is at the center of it. He and one of the Inhuman scientists, ISO, have been trying to figure out a way to protect or cure or for the mutants for their biologies to fight back against the Terrigen so it doesn't poison them. So that's really interesting to see how they're doing that, and I can't wait to see where the story goes next. I need to work on some of my phrasing, don't I? I say the same things a lot. I'll work on that. Okay, the first DC annual I'm picking up, Superman. There's a lot of DC annuals out this week, or at least a couple. This one was absolutely awesome. As you know, I've been really, really hyped up about the Superman stuff since Rebirth, and since the Lois and Clark series came out of Convergence anyway. This one is written by Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason, with art by Jorge Jimenez. And every time I see Jorge Jimenez's stuff on a book, I love it. I love seeing his work, and I love his take on Superman and Superman's family. This is really cool. I'm going to show you this page because it's really awesome. I don't know how good it's going to show up, but it's only a couple pages in, so it's not really a spoiler. Something's going on, and obviously Swamp Thing is involved. Check that out. That is just awesome. This story's cool. There's water. Something's going on with the water around the Kent farm or the Smith farm. I can't remember if they're going by Kent at this point. I think they're still just going by Smith. In Hamilton County, outside Metropolis, where Clark and Lois and Jonathan live. Something's happening to the water. He goes to investigate and encounter Swamp Thing. And it really addresses the fact that this Superman is not from... Well, obviously Superman's not from Earth, but he is not the Superman of this Earth, and Swamp Thing knows it. He can feel it because of his connection to the green. It sounded like an ambulance. I hope everyone's okay out there. Yeah. Superman, not from this world, and it's having an effect, a physical effect on the world, and Swamp Thing is there to help figure it out with him. It's actually a really, really cool issue. It did some stuff with Superman that I never really would have thought of, and it was just really interesting and a lot of fun. So there it is. There's my rundown for the week for Beardy's Books, November 30th, 2016. I will see you next week and next month in December with the first Beardy's Books of December, and as we count down towards the end of the year and all of that. So So there it is. Hope you have a great day. Head out to your local shops. Like I said, if you're in the Mechanicsburg or York area or close enough to, stop into either store, Comics Connection, and we'll see you there. Well, I won't see you in York. I don't work in York, but I'll see you at Mechanicsburg. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Peace.